Perhaps I'm being the eternal optimist, but when I see this Harry Potter TV show and the fact that Max is so invested in making sure that it's a winner, and how not that long ago Warner Brothers came out and said that they're going to focus on 4 major IPs, which is a little bit cynical, but Harry Potter being a part of it, it's like, as a fan of the old movies myself, I'm reasonably excited about this, okay? Like Max, Warner Brothers, they tend to do TV pretty right. There was a little show called The Penguin that came out not that long ago that is going to go down as the best show of the year. Think of House of the Dragon Season 2, whatever you will. Season 1 is a masterclass of storytelling. When HBO hits, oh, they hit hard. So hopefully, I'm really hoping, because there's some good stories that are there, and people that are far more invested in the books knows that there's a bunch of details that should have been fleshed out in the movies and now can be fleshed out in the TV show. Going book by book, all 7 years, all 7 books getting their proper due. A lot of potential there, and this could be the biggest thing, not just in TV, but this could be the biggest thing ever, okay? And I'm not being hyperbolic. If you grew up at the time that I did, as somebody who was born 1990, I got to see the entirety of the Harry Potter craze. I hopped on the bandwagon quite late. The first film that I seen in theaters, it might have been the 5th one, but I definitely went to a midnight release for Half-Blood Prince and Deathly Hallows 1 and 2. I think the films get legitimately good after 4. I constantly waffle on 3. I know a lot of people like it, but I think it's still kind of flumpy. And those first 2, directed by Christopher Columbus, it's like, yeah, they're fun, they're campy, but they're just a little bit too, hey, take a look at this, fellow kids, for my taste. It's been a minute since I've watched them, and they're pretty good Christmas watching fare. And as you can see in the background, it's like I kind of like Christmas, so there's a chance that I go back and watch it, but there's also a chance that I wait for this TV show to come around. And, well, Warner Brothers, even though they are the dumbest company in entertainment, I mean, doubling down on DEI after having, your games division completely and totally gutted by Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, good on you, bro. I guess you get points for dedication, but on one hand, they do something decent. They do something smart to offset the other stupidity, realizing that, yeah, you wouldn't have the potential and you wouldn't have the opportunity to adapt Harry Potter, to milk this one remaining franchise cow for all that it's worth, because you take a look out there, okay? Like, it's a barren wasteland, the former IPs that you used to know and love. Star Trek, Star Wars, Marvel, Terminator, Aliens, okay, like the list goes on and on. There's not one that's left standing that hasn't been utter cringe recently. Harry Potter is about the last one standing. Okay, that's about the last one in decent shape that is still culturally relevant. I know people point to, Back to the Future, but like those are all-time classics, but does a trilogy really make franchise? And if we're being completely honest, is 3 even that good? I like it, but come on, man, it's fine. Harry Potter, even with those 3 subpar Fantastic Beast movies, the brand is still a money printer. Even with, a lot of the fan base vociferously hating the author. But Warner Brothers actually did a good one. They get a gold star on this one by backing J.K. Rowling, and it's making people gnash their teeth. I mean, chief correspondents at the woke news cycle, IGN, J.K. Rowling, who's been posting anti-transgender rhetoric on X since 2020, will be involved in a new Harry Potter TV show, with X and Max content boss Casey Bloys saying, I imagine she'll have opinions on casting. But as you can see, that's their tweet. Okay, what's their article have to say to this? J.K. Rowling's fairly involved in new Harry Potter series. I can imagine she'll have opinions on casting, says HBO boss. Where's your editorial rhetoric that's kind of missing, okay? HBO gears up for the upcoming Harry Potter series. And it also has to face questions surrounding involvement of author J.K. Rowling. You had to hide it in the second line, huh? HBO and Max content boss Casey Bloys fielded the latest of questions at a press event on Tuesday, clarifying that she's been fairly involved in the series' early development. During a Q&A with reporters, one brought up the controversy surrounding Rowling because, of course, they trip over themselves to virtue signal. We're great trans allies. What about this turf being so loud on social media? Why won't you bend the knee? If you don't do that, there's a 41% chance there could be a deleterious downstream effect of this. But yes, who's been posting anti-transgender rhetoric on Twitter since 2020. But you know what else J.K. Rowling has been tweeting? Some of the most crazy... yeah. Pants on head, hair on fire, of feminist bullshit you are likely to ever see. I mean, outside of, the very funny times where she dunks on all of these mentally unstable dudes in dresses, she's also posting, immigrants are welcome here from the bellowy halls of her mansion that are just, not housing any of the boat people. Or how, and I know a lot of people gave her credit, calling out that potentially dude boxer from the Olympics. But she blamed men. It's like, bro, it's one person with a legit medical condition, and you somehow make it about guys? Like, she's nuts. I love Harry Potter, but she's crazy. So I guess I find myself in the camp of the people that don't like her in spite of liking the source material. I don't have a tattoo or anything like that, and I have very limited merchandise outside of the movies, but I can do this one thing that they can't, separating art from the artist. And as somebody who has been a conservative his entire life, I take a look at some of my favorite media, and I know I have to do that time and time again. Some of my favorite movies, have some crazy ass people that I want to punch Trump in the face. Still doesn't make me not want to watch Goodfellas or right now, or Godfather Part 2, or Casino, or Raging Bull. Or some absolutely insane voice actors. Tara Strong. She voices some of my favorite characters in some of my favorite games. She is nuts. But I don't care. Do a good job. Shut your yap. In the words of Michael Jordan, shut up and dribble. HBO previously announced that Rowling would be an executive producer on the show, and that it would be a faithful adaptation of her Harry Potter novels. That's pretty cool. I hope you're honest about that, because we see how you do adaptation, especially in the realm of A Song of Ice and Fire. You've done pretty decently, and the changes that you made have been understandable so far. When you ran out of source material, you could see a steep drop off. So yeah, if you're going to be adapting the source material, hopefully you do something a little bit better with the dialogue, because for as fantastic of a world as JK has created, a very good author, for being completely honest. Like, I've seen some excerpts, and she definitely does her first draft in crayon. They are only Bloy's comments, yes, on Rowling social media posts and the backlash to them. There isn't really. There's a bunch of spurgy freaks that are now just playing in the sandbox that is blue sky for the minute. These are the people that very proudly and very loudly left Twitter a year ago to go join Threads, only to slink back when they realized that they weren't getting the engagement that they were over there. But now we've gone over to Blue Sky, and in a month or two's time, they're going to be coming back going, oh, there's only bots over there. And you can see the likes of Rob Reiner already melting down, going, oh, it's so toxic over here too, I don't even know what to do. But the fact of the matter is, HBO standing by J.K. Rowling, knowing that, as long as the author's alive on this one, she has insight into this, we're going to have to take her opinions on this, because some of the most lucrative merchandise, marketing opportunities out there. I mean, just take a look at Universal Studios, out there in Florida, out there in Orlando. Everybody goes to Diagon Alley. Everybody goes to Gringotts to check out the bankers from foreign country A. I mean, the goblins that are down there at the bank. They're going to get their wand. They're going out there to try butterbeer. It is a big attraction in a city full of attractions. It's the healthiest IP out there right now, mostly because JK does a decent job gatekeeping it, She's not immune to this stuff. This is also, like I said before, outside of the one thing that her and her fans disagree on, she's in full lockstep with the rest of their nonsense, Making Dumbledore gay seemingly out of nowhere, that's probably going to be a part of this show. Signing off on Hermione being a black girl, getting race swapped for, I think it was a play or something like that. She is fully on their side, except for one issue, and it drives them wild. But yes, the support is full-throated over at HBO. Stands behind, yes, J.K. Rowling, ahead of the Harry Potter TV series involvement, says author has the right to express her personal views. HBO issued a statement in support of J.K. Rowling and her Harry Potter TV series involvement and noticing the freakout, and that the author has the right to express her personal views in the face of fan backlash. This is one of those rare instances where I go, oh, those aren't fans. But no, these are these are actual fans at a moment of crisis. But let's continue. This mostly centers around, yes, Rowling views on individuals who identify with a gender that differs from their natural biology. She additionally believes that anatomical men should not be permitted in women's spaces or sports. Yeah, she's not very fun. This is displeased many in Hollywood. It calls for a boycott of Rowling's work, ringing out every few months, every few weeks at this point in time, and the closer we get to this TV series, every few days. However, the Harry Potter IP has never been stronger, with books, movies, theme parks, lands, and attractions, endless merchandise, hit video games. Yeah, remember how the boycott for Hogwarts Legacy was supposed to work? This is another reason why it's like, Warner Brothers, you're so goddamn stupid. It was the biggest game of 2023. It was the best-selling game of the entire year. And then you follow that up with Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. God, they're a stupid-ass company. And they race and gender swap Sector and Cyrax for Mortal Kombat 1. Fuck, man. That one pisses me off. I love Mortal Kombat. 1 is just a disaster. Anyways, Rowling is set to be heavily involved in the TV series, which is adapted her 7 books and will flesh them out in ways never possible with the Daniel Radcliffe-led films. Of course, any involvement by Rowling is often met with loud opposition from those who have nothing better to do with their life than screech on social media. When the video game Hogwarts Legacy came out in early 2023, which, guess what, has a trans character in it. I know, right? Activists decried the title and even went as far to threaten and harass streamers who played and supported the game. Yeah, but it's just the toxic fans who don't like the Star Wars. Those are the ones that we need to blame, not the freaks that tried to get people canceled because they laughed at the Acolyte or legitimately harassed people and threatened to flag their channels on Twitch. This was specifically pervasive over there on Twitch, if they even thought of streaming the game. And this was a title Rowling had virtually no involvement with. Yeah, it's because they're so unhinged. Anything from Harry Potter is transphobic because the author doesn't want to go into a public bathroom and see somebody going, "Where's the urinal?" But before we wrap up, representatives from HBO and Warner Brothers told Variety in a statement that Rowling's contributions to the adaptations of her beloved work has been invaluable over the last 20 years, and we are proud to once again tell the story of Harry Potter, the heartwarming books that speak to power of friendship, resolve, and acceptance. J.K. Rowling has a right to express her personal views. We will remain focused on the development of the new series, which will only benefit from her involvement. Yeah, basically closing the door on, we don't really care what she says on social media. Okay, she makes us a lot of money, and if she wants to have a say in this, we will definitely lend an ear. I would just like to see this blanket policy applied to everybody from Warner Brothers. We'll see if they'll keep up with this level of consistency and perhaps become the standard moving forward, because them wins, they are a changing right now in culture, and those freak little minority activist groups, they'll continue to spurg out, but just let them spurg out in their tiny little irrelevant corners. Meanwhile, the rest of us common sense people will be looking forward to this Harry Potter TV show, because it's hopefully going to be good. I hope it's going to be good. A boy can dream, because there's been so much disappointment with entertainment in 2024, but perhaps 2025 and 2026 in the case of this show, maybe that'll be better. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.